Hi everyone, it's Darlene. Welcome to this week's card. I used the Everything Flower Hero Arts background stamp to create this Valentine's Day card. I started with some Hero Arts ink, which is new to me, and I really like this ink. It's just such a soft gray color, and it's perfect for a background that you want to be really subtle. So I inked that up, and I'm using my stamp upside down just because it's easier with the background stamps to do that. And now I've got this gray background, and I'm going to wipe that off with a baby wipe and dry it up a little, and then I'm going to take my Memento black ink and I'm going to ink up the flowers that I'm going to be coloring in. And I have a different sheet of paper here that I'm putting on top. Alright, so I wanted to show you how I pick my Copic colors. So I have this chart, and I never go directly to the markers. I always look at my chart and figure out which colors I want. And then once I figure that out, I take my collection here, which I have stored in this acrylic carrying thing, and I go pick them out. And that's how I figure out which colors I'm going to use, because sometimes the color on the marker itself doesn't look like what it actually turns out to be on the paper. So here I am coloring in one of these flowers, and I'm going to start with the darkest color in the center, and then I'm going to come out a little bit and blend it with a lighter color. And then I'm going to do that same technique on the outside so that I get a little bit of a darker edge. Bringing it in with that same medium color. And then I'm going to take my light color, so there's just 3 altogether, and I'm just going to blend it all together. And I kind of went back and forth a little bit with that medium color to kind of, right there, see, to kind of fan it out a little bit so it didn't look like there was this stark line. Okay, I'm going to speed this up, and I'm going to go through this same process all the way around the flower. And these colors that I'm using are all the RV family, red, violet. And I'll have the numbers on my blog. And also, by the way, I'm having a giveaway on my blog this week. I'm giving away some Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft products. If you want to head over there, there's a link in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. And as you can see, some of these flowers overlap, and so I'm just kind of doing my best to get a full-size flower here. So then I took this Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft white gel pen, and I just put a little bit of line where I thought a highlight would be from light, and then I just kind of let it dry. The center, I used some orangey yellow colors. I actually used 4 different colors. I used an orange on the outside, and then I started working with yellows as I worked my way in. And then here's my lighter yellow, and then finally I took a very pale yellow and I blended the whole thing out. And that will drive the darker color to the edge. And then I use that same white gel pen to color in kind of a highlight there. Now I'm going to cut it out, and I actually did this with 3 of the different flowers on this card. I'm using some Stampin' Up! Foam Dimensionals. And basically I'm just going to match up where I cut them out of the background and put them right on there. And just a little over that flap there that I cut off. And this stamp set is from Stampin' Up! It's retired. It was one of the old celebration sets, I think from last year. And I think this is the first time I've ever used it. I just stamped it with some Memento ink, and I'm going to go back and color it using 2 of the pinks from the flowers. And I'm not doing any shading. I'm just going to color it all one color just because the area is so tiny. So I'm doing a light color for the lettering and then a darker color for the hearts. And this is a decorative label punch. I'm going to punch that out. And then I'm going to take another piece of cardstock in black, and I'm going to cut that same thing out, or punch it out. Now I just trimmed the top and bottom off that sentiment, and then I'm going to move it to the right a little bit and then cut it off so that I get a black outline. This is just some embroidery thread. I'm just going to create a bow here. And the right hand side of that sentiment is all kind of messed up, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be cutting it off. Some more foam dimensionals. I'm going to let it hang off there. And you'll see I'll flip it over and cut that off. And then with my bow, I just kind of cheat a little bit, and I take a glue dot and I make it into a ball, and then I stick it right there on the corner, and I put my bow on top. And I'm just going to use some tape runner and put it onto a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch folded piece of cardstock. It's kind of hard to do because the camera is directly above, so I kind of have to get my head in there a little bit to get it just straight on there. Okay, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to go to my blog to check out my giveaway. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.